Hello, my name is Luis and I want to welcome you to the complete Lumo tutorial. Whether you are a personal trainer, a gym owner, CrossFit coach, or you run any kind of fitness business, this video is going to walk you through every single feature of Lumo step by step. If you are watching the full video, you can use the chapters below to jump to any topic. If you found this through any of our shorter videos, each chapter is also available as its own standalone tutorial. So let's answer the question, what is Lumo? In simple terms, Lumo is a workout management platform built for coaches. It lets you create workouts, organize them into programs, assign them to your athletes, and track their progress all from the same one place. Also, let me clarify what Lumo is not. Our goal is simplicity, so we have decided not to include features like nutrition tracking, integration with smartwatches, graphics, different metrics. You won't find any of that in Lumo. We recognize that this feature could be useful, they would add functionality to the app, but they also would introduce complexity, which is not our focus right now. We want Lumo to be straightforward for both coaches and athletes. So you will see that almost nothing needs to be configured to start using Lumo. You simply install it and begin using it. It is that simple, okay? Your athletes will get a clean, simple interface on their phone where they can see their training plan, they can log their workouts, they communicate with you using the built-in chat that Lumo have. And the best part, there is no App Store download. Lumo is a progressive web app, which means that it runs in any browser. So your athletes just open a link and they're in. They can also install it on their home screen for a native app feel if they want. It's completely optional, but also that's, I would say, the recommended way. In this tutorial, we are going to set up a real coaching business from scratch. So I will show you how to brand your account, how to create workouts using two methods that we have here in Lumo. Use AI to generate workouts, import workouts in bulk from a spreadsheet, build multi-week programs, assign everything to athletes. And also we are going to see the athlete's perspective, so you can also see what they are going to experience. So by the end of this tutorial, you will know Lumo inside out. And without further ado, let's get started. Let's set up your coaching account. The process takes about 2 minutes and I walk you through every step, including a couple of things that are worth knowing about the email verification. So you just need to open any web browser, Chrome, Safari, Firefox, the one that we use, and you go to lumo-app.app. And you'll see the login, the landing page. We don't have any account yet, so what we are going to do is to click the Start Field Free Trial so we can create our account. And if you do that, you see the registration form. And the registration form asks for 4 pieces of information. First is your business name. So this is the name of your gym, studio, coaching brand. It's what your athletes are going to see when they open the app. So let's do that. In this example, we are going to set up the Apex Performance gym. Then you need to type your name. So today I'm Mark Smith. And then also you need to type your email address. This is going to be your login and the email where you are going to receive the verification. And because of that, you need to use a real permanent email address. Lumo does not accept disposable or temporary email services like Mailinator or something like that. So it needs to be a real email. Also, if you are using iCloud accounts, you might run into issues while Lumo domain is still being approved by Apple. So for now, we should stick with Gmail, Outlook, or even your own domain, for now are the safest options. We are at the launching of Lumo. This is March 2026. Maybe if you see this video in the future, iCloud is already available, but at the moment, at the beginning, we need to let the Lumo domain to get some traction out there in the World Wide Web. And only after that, Apple can remove the restrictions on their email servers. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to type a Gmail account. So in this case is a Gmail account. And of course, you need to pass a password. Try as much as possible to create a password that will show you this green strong designation. You need to confirm the password again, of course. And then sometimes you need to check that box. In this case, the system already recognized this is not a bot, but you might need to check that box in order to confirm that you are a human and not a bot. And that's it. You just then start free trial. And what you are going to see is this verification email screen. So we just need to wait in our email account to see if we receive that email, because your account won't be fully activated until you click that link in the email. Also, that is useful to know that you don't have to verify the email on that same device. Let's say, for instance, that you are filling out the form on your computer, but your email app is on your phone. So just grab your phone, open the email, tap the verification link there. When you come back to your computer, Lumo will detect the verification and move you forward automatically. So let's see. I hope that I've already received the email. There we go. I just need now to click that link. And by clicking the link, the email is verified, so I can access my account now. And as you can see, not this one. If I verified my email after clicking that account, the email is verified and the trial has started. Okay? So as you can see, you have the designation here of the free trial with 14 days remaining. And it is that simple. You have a clean Lumo instance ready for you to start to populate with workouts, programs, athletes, and that's what we are going to do in the next videos. Before we start building workouts, let's make Lumo look like your brand. When your athletes open the app, they should see your logo, your colors, and not just a generic interface. And you will see it takes about 30 seconds to set up. So you just need to go to the settings page. And this is, you can see already the name of the gym up here. You can change, but again, this is what your end users will see when they open the app, but that can be changed if you want. In this case, I will leave it as is. And then you have the possibility to upload a logo. So if you want to make this the best possible experience to your athletes, you should use not only the color as we are going to see, but also the logo to be something that they recognize. So let me just upload a logo. I already have one here waiting to be used. Try to use a squared image so it will not be cropped in any weird way. You have those templates right here as a color or as presets. And look, just by changing, you start to see that the environment also changed according to that color. You can use one of those presets, or if you press this color here, you will see the color picker. And if you press that icon, you can go and choose whatever color you want. In this case, I want to brand these in line with my the color of my logo. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I just pick the color that I want, and then I come here and press save. And then the interface is going to refresh, and everything is now in line with that color. And of course, you see up here the logo. That's exactly what your end users are also going to see when they log in into Lumo. So you see, that's simple, nothing very complicated, but the experience for your end users is going to be the best possible. Let's now do a quick tour on the Lumo's interface. The first page that you see is the dashboard. This is your dashboard. It's the first thing that you see when you open Lumo. Let's do it. So at the bottom you have 6 buttons that you can select to go through each section of the Lumo app. The home button is the dashboard, and you see at the top something related with your plan. In this case, we are already in the Plus plan. So if not, you will see the trial and how many days you have left for the plan. Here you have some informative cards, the number of athletes. In this case, this is not a brand new instance. I've just created some athletes, so we have something that we can see. How many workouts do you have? How many workouts were completed by your end users? And also how many workouts are upcoming. Then you have the quick actions where you can perform exactly that. Some quick actions, probably the ones that you are going to do the most when using Lumo. Inviting users, creating workouts, or seeing the athletes' feedback. And this is the dashboard, okay? Then we have the workouts pane, so that's where we are going to spend some time, probably most of our time, where we can add workouts, we can massively add workouts using a CSV, we can create exercises, so all of that is going to be done later in future videos. Creating programs, also a crucial part of Lumo, where you can add a lot of workouts together and organize them in order so you can give a full program to your athletes. That's how you invite athletes, and not only athletes but also coaches. As you can see, I already have 2 coaches, myself and another coach, and then 5 athletes. We are going to see later also how can we invite athletes, and for every single entry, I forgot to mention here, but you have filters that you can use. Now it's empty, but imagine when you have 100 or 200 workouts, it's good to have a filtering capability. The same with users. Programs, we not expect for you to have hundreds of programs, so we don't have a filtering there. What we have is filters for users as well. You have the chat feature of Lumo. We are going to talk about that later. And we've already been in settings. We talked about the business name, the branding, but if you scroll down, that's where you manage your subscription. It's right here. You also have a simple information on how many coaches and athletes do you have. And you can change the language. So Lumo is bilingual. You can use English or Portuguese. And whatever is the language that you set up here, it will not impact your athletes' language, because they can change also to their own language and they can use whatever they prefer. You also have the button to check for updates. So every time we do an update on the app, we introduce a new feature or we fix a bug that might exist, you see a notification that you need to come here and refresh or check for the updates in order to look, I did that, I just clicked and the application is refreshing. Okay, so it's a very simple way to make sure that you are always on the latest version of Lumo. And of course, you can sign out. You have this arrow here, so you can go back to the top of every single page. On the upper right corner, you have access to the manual page for Lumo by pressing the Help button. And that's it. This was a quick tour. Now let's dive deep into actual features and let's start to build our business. Before we start building workouts, let me show you the exercise library. It's a searchable database of exercises that you can directly link into your workouts. And then you can add your custom exercises too, as we are going to see. To go there, to the library, you just need to go to Workouts, and on the upper right corner you have that icon. You just go into exercises, okay? And this is the library of exercises. You have hundreds of exercises categorized by category, as you can see here in the label. You can filter and search for exercises. For instance, I'm going to search for deadlift, and as soon as I start typing, you will see all the exercises that match that expression. And not only you can do that, but for instance, you can search or filter by category. In this case, this is a weightlifting exercise, so the exercise comes up. If I change that category, you will not find deadlifts under the gymnastics category. You also have more filters, as you can see here. So you can search for global or custom exercises. What does that mean? Custom means your own exercises. As we are going to do in just a second, we are going to create an exercise. Or you can search for the global database that every single Lumo instance have. Also, you will see that each exercise can have not only the name, a description, but you can also add a video to an exercise. So your end users, if they are not aware exactly on how to perform a certain movement, they can watch a quick tutorial and to be aware of that. And you can search for videos or for exercises with or without video, okay? So let's create an exercise so then you can come around here the filters and see that in action. So let me close the filter and let me remove that from the expression. How can we create an exercise? You just come here, you say add exercise, and then you give it a name, a description. It's optional, but you can give it there. You need to put the exercise in a category. And again, if you want to provide a video to your end users, it's optional, but you can pass that URL there. I don't want you to see me typing all of that, so I already have some exercises created here. So for instance, let's start with this one, sandbag clean and press. That's the name. I already have a quick description of what the exercise is. I'm going to select a category. In this case, I will call it hybrid. I will select hybrid, and also I already have a video. And that's it. That's simple. I've just created an exercise. Let me just add one more. Let's go back here, and this one is backward sled drag. Okay, description. Again, this is on the hybrid category, and I also have a video for this exercise. Save, done. It is that simple. Now, if you want, you can look at the filters and you can search for custom exercises. And only those two exercises are going to show, and also because I've selected the hybrid category, as you can see, the label sets hybrid for those exercises. At any point, you can edit the exercise if you have the need to change something, and that's basically it. You can search, for instance, in this case, I want to search for video for exercises without the video, and nothing will show up because all the exercises that belong to the custom library have a video. As you can see, is very simple and very useful, because then you can use those exercises when you are creating your workouts. And that's basically it. That's the exercise library. It's your searchable catalog of movements. And it's time now for us to create our first workout now that we have exercises. Workouts are the heart of Lumo. Everything else revolves around them. In this chapter, in this video, we are going to create 2 workouts from scratch. We are going to use the text mode, which is quick, freeform, and also we are going to use the builder mode, which is a bit more structured and precise. And by the end, you will know exactly when to use each one. To create workouts, you just need to go here on the Add Workout, or if you are at the dashboard, you can click the Create Workout and you get exactly there. So if I go and click Add, this is the workout creation form when you need to set a date, you need to give it a title, and then you have the description part, which is the most important part of this form, where you can set up a warm-up, the main part of the workout, and the cool-down. Down here, you can set a suggestion on the duration of the workout, a key focus. This is crucial because it will allow you in the future to filter your workouts by focus, and also the icon of the workout is going to be based on whatever you type here. If you want, you can give notes to your athletes and also a generic URL for a video for that particular workout if you have that need. Again, I don't want you to see me typing, so I already have something prepared for that. But before we create the workout, let me show you. Those sections, they by default are prepared for the builder mode. We are going to create workouts using the builder mode later. For now, let's just click that button in order to change that to text mode. And text mode is, again, it's a free text field where you can type whatever you want. Just be aware that this text field is markdown compatible. So you can use the markdown format in order to make your workouts a bit more easy to read with formats. Bold, italic, listing stuff in the workout. If you are not familiar with the markdown format, just Google it and in 5 minutes you will be comfortable doing that. So again, I don't want you to see me typing. I already have something here for the workout. Let's create an upper body strength workout. So for some workouts, I like to add the day because later it is easy to use in a program, as we are going to see later. So I'm just going to type that. The date, you need to select the date, but don't get stuck too much on the date because this is just a reference. What matters is the date that you are going to assign the workout to your athlete. When the time comes, you will understand that. So you need to pick a date, but it's not written in stone if you want, okay? So let's start to build our workout. The only thing that I'm going to do is copy and paste. And look, this is the markdown format that I was mentioning. For instance, if you want something to be bold, you just put that something in between two asterisks. Okay? If you want something to be italic, you just put that something in between one asterisk. If you want something to be a list, you just use that dash or hyphen before a certain sentence. Okay? So let me grab everything and I will just copy it there. This is scrollable, so you can make it bigger to read it better. That's fine. This is the warm-up. Let's change the main also to text and let's grab the strength block. Let's place it there. And then the cooldown, let's also change to text. And let's grab that part. Okay, so you can see that we have everything there. It's a clean way for you to create your workouts. Then I already have something here also, so the duration around 55 minutes. The focus is going to be strength. Let me copy the notes already. And we also have a video. So let's copy the video. And 55, and the focus is going to be strength. And it's that easy. A few copy and pastes and the workout is created. So you press save, the workout is added, And as you can see, the icon is that dumbbell because the focus is strength. And if you want to start filter, you will see when you start to add more workouts with different key focus, they will going to show up in this drop down, so you can filter by a certain key focus. And if you go inside that workout, you see all the details and everything being rendered. If you see, this is bold because of the markdown, this is italic because of the markdown, and this is a list because of the markdown. That's simple, okay? All that information is very visible and clear to your athletes. Actually, that is what they are going to see as well. Let's just create another workout, but now by using the builder mode, which is the default one that you see here. So let me just give it a date. In this case, I will say a different day. And let's start by building a workout using the builder mode. I already have one here, IROX conditioning. Everyone is doing IROX nowadays. We are also doing IROX as well. So that's what I want to type. And what about this process of creating workouts? So you have a button to add a section. And when we do that, you see all those protocols, MRAP for time, every minute on a minute, rounds, Tabata, or free text. So the fact that you are using the builder mode doesn't mean that you are stuck with those protocols. Okay, so you have all those possibilities. In this case, I'm going to select free because I can. I don't want to follow any protocol. And then I can select one exercise from the library that we just saw in the previous video, or we can type whatever we want. So I already have a workout prepared. Let's see what it is. So as for the warm-up, I want to row for 5 minutes. Let's use the exercise list. You search for rowing or row, even if you want to search for row, it will work fine as well. In this case, that's exactly what I want. I want the rowing, and whenever you select an exercise from the library, you have all those metrics that you can set in order to customize the exercise. In this case, I want the athletes to row for 5 minutes. That's it. If you want, you can also show the video. By default, it is off, but if you want, you can turn it on. And you can start to add more stuff. For instance, let's say that you want to add some free text. So I want to add free text. Actually, that's not what I want. So you can always go back and delete that free text. What I want is to add the section with 2 rounds. Okay, so I just need to type 2, and now I'm going to use free text. One free text entry for the dynamic leg swings, 10 each side, and another round of free text with 10 burpees at moderate pace. So you might say, but don't we have burpees in the exercise library? Probably, but you don't have to use exercises from the library. If you think that is simpler to just type something, you just type something exactly like I'm doing. Okay, this is the warm-up. What about the main part of the workout? So I'm going to do an MOM, so 20 minutes on the minute, and the list of exercises. Now I'm going to use the builder, or the exercise library, sorry. So let's do some wall ball shots. How many? Let's do it 12. On the first minute, what else do we have here? Box jump. Let's search for box jump. Why not 12 as well? Then I'm going to use some free text because I want to do 200 meters run. And another exercise from the library, which is going to be now burpees. So I can search for burpee, and there we have it. Why not? Let's make it 12 as well. And that's it. Just pressing some buttons, typing some numbers, and the workout is created. Let's finish off the cool down, and one of the things that you can also do is to mix and match the ways to create workout. So in this case, I've used the builder. If you want, you can do something as a text. That's what I'm going to do for the cool down. So I'm just going to copy everything that we have here, go back, and this is the recommended way. You don't have to use always the same process. You can mix and match the ways that you build your workouts. Now the duration, it should be around 40 minutes. The focus now is going to be endurance. Yes, do we have some notes? Yes, we have. And we don't have a video, which is totally fine. You press save, and now we have another workout. And as you can see, because the focus is endurance, you have a different icon, and now endurance also shows up here in the filtering list. And that's it, folks. That's how easy it is to create workouts. We have two workouts. We are going to build more in the next lessons, but basically that's what we want to showcase, how simple it is to create workouts. And before I forget, you have those two icons right here every time you are inside a workout. And those icons are to assign a workout to a program, that icon, the tag icon, and then the user icon is to assign a workout to a user, which is something that we are going to do afterwards. By the way, let me show you also, before I forget, the difference of the rendering if you are using the builder. Look, as you can see, exercises that come from a builder, they also have a quick, a nice icon, so you can see exactly what it means. So the designation, this is HEMOM, and the type of exercise, and it is everything laid out very clean and easy to read. Okay, that's it. Let's see what we are going to do next, which is look at the options of each workout. Now that we've got workouts, let's see what we can do with them. So Lumo gives you 4 main actions on any workout. You can edit, duplicate, delete, or save as a template. So let's do that. Let's open these IROX conditioning workout. And you have those 4 options right down here. So first, you can edit a workout, and everything can be edited. The title, the date, the part of your workout. Let's say I want to make it a bit harder, so let's change that from 12 to 15. And as you can see, everything can be changed, the duration, the endurance, whatever, the focus, everything can be edited. Once you are satisfied, you just press Save Changes, and if you look at the workout, you will see that, of course, now has changed. What you can also do is to duplicate a workout, and I'm going to do that. It will add the copy word in front of the workout, and it will create the workout on the day after as a date. Okay? You can change that, of course. I'm not going to do. I'm just going to duplicate, and you will see exactly what it means. I'm not going to do anything there because actually, what I want to show you is the other option, which is, of course, to delete the workout. You need to confirm that, of course, but now the workout is gone. The last thing that we need to see is if you go inside a workout, you have the possibility to add that workout as a template. And this is very, very nice to have if you want to reuse the same workout. So the template was saved successfully, and if you come here to that icon where we saw the exercise library, if you go to templates, look at what we have there, a template to be reused. So something that we are going to do afterwards is to create another workout that is a bit different from this one based on this workout, which is a very nice thing to have, so you can have workouts created in 30 seconds instead of 2 minutes, which saves us some time. What if you could describe a workout and have Lumo built it for you? The warm-up, the main section, the cool-down, all structured and ready to go. And that's exactly what the AI generator does. Let me show you. We need to fill some basics, so I'm going to create a new workout. You just need to fill some basics, so the title, and then the estimated duration, the key focus, and the notes. And based on all of that, the generator will create a workout for you. So let's do that. I already have something prepared here. Let's say that I want to create a full body power circuit. So let me grab the title. Let's just make a date something, okay, that's fine. The duration, so the duration I want to be 40 minutes. The focus is going to be conditioning. The duration is 40 minutes and the notes, high intensity workout that works all major muscle groups. It combines exercises with the barbell, dumbbells and body weight. So suitable for intermediate level athletes. So you will see that based on this information, the only thing that we need to do is to come here and generate with AI. So the system is doing whatever it needs to do. The intelligence is doing whatever it needs to do. And we will see in a few seconds the suggestion of the AI. Important to notice that you don't need to stuck with that exercise. This is just a suggestion. If you want, you can change it altogether. So for instance, it starts with, first of all, before I forget, AI always selects the show video. If you don't want, you would just uncheck the box. 5 minutes, then some dynamic arm circles for 2 minutes, leg swings front to back. Yeah, sounds good. Let's see the core of the workout. What is the suggestion from the AI? So 5 burpees. No way. This is not 15, not for intermediate athletes. Then dumbbell thruster. Okay. So the load, again, I'm just changing the suggestion of the AI. So dumbbell thruster, let's make it okay, something like this. Then the kettlebell swing, let's do it 24, 16. Box jump, not 8, let's make it 10. This is a hard one. Oh, we have more, some Tabata. So push-ups. And by the way, do you want to show the videos for everything? Probably you don't need burpees. Let's leave the dumbbell and the kettlebell swing. And let's see if the push-ups, as many as possible during those 20 seconds, mountain climbers as well. And even more, nice. 12 deadlifts at body weight, butterfly pull-ups. I don't know, maybe, let's say you don't want to use butterfly pull-ups. Just remove it from the list. And then 10 walking lunges. Look, then some suggestions for the cool down. How fast, and it is very creative, so if you are stuck, you are not inspired to create a workout, you can just use that generate with AI. Press save, done. And your workout is created. Okay? And because the focus is different, the icon is different, again, and you have another option here in the focus drop down. It's a huge time saver, folks, especially when you need to create a lot of content and you don't have much time. Then you can just tweak it on the suggestions by the AI. Earlier we saved the upper body strengths day 1 as a template. Now let's see how templates work and create a new workout from one. If you remember to access templates, you just need to come up here in the library icon and you have the templates. In this case, we only have one. And again, you can edit the metadata. Just press that button here. You can edit the metadata of the template. And the main goal is to create a workout from this. I just need to press that button. You give it a date, whatever it is. So let's make this one in April. Okay, create the workout. And just by doing that, you have another workout. In this case, is the April one. Why is that important? Because if you need to tweak something, that's exactly what you need to do. You just go inside, you edit, and for instance, you want to repeat the same structure of training just by changing a few exercises. So for instance, I can replace the overhead press with incline dumbbell press. So the structure is the same, we are just tweaking the workout. And look, without going from scratch, we are using that template to do something, and instead of day 1, I want to save that as day 8. Again, 30 seconds and the workout is created. So templates are a massive time saver for recurring sessions. You should save your best workouts as templates, and then whenever you need to rebuild the workout, you don't need to start from scratch. Okay, so it's a very simple but relevant feature to have. If you are migrating from another tool, or if you have planned your entire training week in a spreadsheet, Excel or Google Sheets, Lumo lets you import those workouts in bulk from a CSV. And this can save you several hours of manual data entry. Let's start with the format, CSV. Why CSV? So CSV file it's the one that is used by most databases. That's why we chose CSV. I know it's not an easy format to work with sometimes, but that's what machines like, so that's why we are using CSV. The way to do that is the following. You just go to that icon, you see, okay, the CSV icon, and if you go there, you see the required columns that the CSV file should have, and also some optional columns. The recommended process is for you to download that sample and use that sample as the rule for the structure of that file. So you just need to replace some of the values that exist inside the structure, which was exactly what I did for the file that I'm going to upload. So I'm just going to press choose CSV file, and then here under downloads, that's exactly what I have. Okay, I'm going to upload that CSV file, and if the file is correct, the format is correct, you will see the list of the existing workouts in that file. Okay, so I'm just going to upload, and that's it, that's done. Now we have all those workouts with the structure inside, the duration, if it has a video, you can see the video, so everything is there. So it's a much faster way for you to create workouts. And look, for each focus type, you will have a different icon. And now we have also recovery, which was not there before. Okay, so it's a very, very simple way on creating a massive list of workouts in one go. Just to make sure that you understand that button. Let's say that, for instance, you were trying out Lumo, so you've created some workouts, dummy workouts that you don't want to use because you plan to import everything from your previous tool. So you just download that everything as a CSV, you make sure that the structure of the CSV file is correct, and then you replace what you already have in Lumo. Just be aware that everything that is there is going to be deleted. So use that with caution. It's a nice thing to have, but just be aware if by mistake you don't click that if that's not what you want to do. Okay? And this is it about importing stuff in bulk. Okay, so we have workouts, but we don't have athletes yet. I mean, we have, this is our team. If you go to users, this is our team. But the focus now is to show you how can we invite athletes to our tenant. So right here you have the invite button. And if you click that, you have two very simple options, whether you want to invite an athlete or to invite a coach. If you already invited, whether it is an athlete or a coach, and a link was not used, it will still show up here in the list. Every single one of those links that you are going to create have an expiration date of 7 days. Okay, let's do it. So if I press invite athlete, you see that invite athlete with the new informing you that is a new link. Then you can share that invite link by copying and pasting into whatever you want. Or for instance, in this case, I'm using a Mac device. And if you do that, you will see the default shared options for macOS. Okay, so yeah, just share that link with your athletes or coaches. If you press coach, you will see another link just for that coach. And behind the scenes, the system knows that this link is for an athlete, so the account to be created is going to be an athlete, and also knows that this link is for a coach, so the account to be created is going to be a coach. Okay, and that's basically it. You can close the list if you want. You can go and check the list again. And once you have an athlete created, you can always go inside that athlete and change the name and the role of the athlete. So nothing very complicated, very simple. That's exactly the goal of Lumo, to be as simple as possible. Now that we have workouts, now that we have athletes, it's time to link both together. That's what we are going to do next. We've got workouts, we've got athletes, it's time to connect the two. And we are going to do that by direct assignment. It's the simplest way to get a workout onto an athlete's calendar. So you pick a workout, you pick an athlete, and you pick a date, and you are done. It's that simple. So let's go to the workouts list. We have that upper strength body day 1, and to assign a workout to a user directly, you just go to that icon and you select the user that you want. In this case, let's use Sophie as an example, and then you assign to a certain date. In this case, I'm going to leave it today. So this is going to be done by Sophie, or it is going to show up in Sophie's interface with that date. You press assign, and that's it. And you can always see that which direct assignment exists for a certain workout. And you can do that for one workout, but that same workout can be given to a different user on a different date. And you will always have that information. By the way, you can see that what are the athletes that are currently assigned to that workout with what is the date. And in this case, I press assign, and you will see the label also, this workout is assigned to John and to Sophie. And it's that simple. So the same workout on a different date for a different user. And this is important to understand. If you remember, when we were creating workouts, we said that the date of the workout is not written in stone. It's just a reference that can always be changed when you are assigning the workout for the athlete. So let's now see the moment of truth is to look at the Sophie's interface and see exactly what Sophie sees. So I'm Sophie's interface, and as you can see, because the upper body strength day 1 was given to Sophie on today, that's what Sophie sees on the today's workout. We are going to have a video explaining all the athletes' interface, but for now it's just for you exactly to see. And also Sophie can go to the calendar, and it will see on March 28th the workout there. It can always have a look at the workout. So you see, rendered as we saw as a coach. The coach notes the video reference. Sophie can start the workout. What is the focus? What is the estimated duration of the workout? And you see the personal tag there. It means that the workout was directly assigned and does not come from a program. So that's exactly what that means, that tag personal right there. And that's it about the the direct assignment of the simplest way to assign workouts to users. Okay, we have the direct assignment, but imagine that you want to deploy 20 workouts to a user. It would be very tedious to go and do direct assignment of 20 workouts. That's when programs come very handy, because programs will let you bundle workouts into a structured training plan. Whether it is a 4-week strength cycle, an 8-week race prep, 2-week beginner intro. What you do is that you put all those workouts in order inside the program, and what you just assign to the athlete is the program. So to do that, you just go to Programs and you click New Program, and as you can see, the interface is very clean and simple. You just give it a name, a description, so the user can see what the program means and what is the focus of the program, and then you can select the duration of the program. You also have the ongoing. We are going to briefly talk about that later, but in this case, let's leave at 4 weeks, and then you can give the color. And the color is just not a thing here to make it pretty. It's by giving programs different colors, it's very visual when the user or the athlete is looking at a certain workout, and to understand from which program that workout comes from. So it's a very nice feature. Not only it is prettier, but also it is very visually indicative of the program the workout comes from. So I will have already something here. I have the strength training foundations. Let me just grab the text. The same here. And create the program. Done. Is that simple. Let's just create another one. We have a beginner's quick start. This one is going to be a 2-week program. So let me change that before I forget. 2 weeks program. And this is just for the users to get used to structured training. So let's make that green. Create program. Is that simple. Now that we have the programs created, it's time now to add the workouts to each program. And to do that, you go to Tab to Manage Workouts and Schedule. And if you go there, that's where you start to add workouts to the program. And this is crucial to understand. There is a concept here that is crucial to understand, which is when you assign workouts to a program, you are not assigning by the date of the workout. You are scheduling on a certain day of set. Why is this useful and important to understand? Because then this program can be reused and reused and reused, keeping always the same structure. So you are not dependent on the date of the workout, but on the order of the workout in the program. So for instance, I can make this upper body strength day 1 on day 1. And then I'm going to do the leg day on day 3. And I'm going to do also push day on day 5. And pull day on day 8. So this is not based on the date, but on the day of set. So whenever tomorrow, in 1 month's time, in 1 year time, I assign this program to a user, the user will start that program with this workout on day 1, this on day 3, this on day 5, this on day 8. So it's a very, very nice way to make sure that the program is followed independently of the date of the workout. Okay, so let's just do another one. Let's do something here. Beginner's quick start. Oh, that not here, sorry. I want to add a workout. And in this case, I'm going to do the cardio intervals on day 1. Let's do the recovery. Where are you? Active recovery on day 2. And this full body power circuit on day 4. Again, if you go inside, you see that that day offset is maintained, and that's exactly the purpose of how programs work. So this is where you are going to save a lot of time as a coach. You build the plan once, you assign it to as many athletes as you want, and that's exactly what we are going to do next. And you don't need to worry about when the program begins, because it will always follow the same structure. Okay, we've created the programs. Now it's time to assign to athletes. And we have 2 ways to assign a program to athletes. The first is the scheduled way, where you, the coach, you pick up the start date and Lumo calculates all the workout dates based on the day of set. Then you also have the template where it is the athlete that will start the program. This video will cover the scheduled part, or the scheduled way of assigning workouts. So we have the list of workouts, or the program, sorry, to assign the program, not the workout. We have the list of programs right here. And what I'm going to do is to go inside that program and I'm going to assign to an athlete. Okay, so let's, for instance, select John, and John will start this program on next Monday. Okay, as you can see, then you can go inside that list and you see that John will start the program on a certain day. The beauty of this approach is that you can assign that same exact program to a different athlete. Let's do Sophie, and you select a completely different date. So for instance, for Sophie, let's start 1 week after. Let's assign. You'll see that the same program have 2 different assignments starting on 2 different days. Rest assured that the structure of the program is going to be the same, exactly the same. So let's have a look at the Sophie's interface to see what Sophie is going to experience by giving a program to the athlete. Okay, so if Sophie goes into program, it sees that the program will start in 9 days, so in 1 week and 2 days. The athlete can always see what is the list of workouts of a certain program. It has the start date of the program, the ending date of the program, and rest assured that the order is going to be correct because of the day of set when we managed to create the program. Of course, Sophie can always go inside and check the details of the workout. Yes, so it gets to know exactly what is going to be performed on a certain day. And if Sophie goes to the calendar and travels to the future, it will see exactly on each day which workout is going to show up. Not only that, but because this workout comes from a program, the program is identified with the color and the name of the program inside each workout. Okay, so it's very, very visible on what needs to be performed and why. Also, in the home pane, not only the athlete will see today's workout, but also the next 3 workouts to be performed. Very simple, as you can see, and the beauty of programs is that they can be reused and each athlete will have its own date. Template mode flips the control, so instead of you picking the start date, the program is made available to the athlete or for the athlete, and they will start whenever they are ready. This is perfect for onboarding programs or general conditioning plans, or for instance a breathing program, so it does not have to start on a date that you want. It's up to the user to do that. And it is that simple. Look, I just go to this program, Beginner's Quick Start. I'm going to assign to an athlete, And instead of selecting the scheduled start, I'm going to select template mode. I'm going to still use Sophie as an example, and that's it. I'm going to assign, and then we are going to the Sophie's interface in just a second, so you see what it means. Again, I can go and select a different athlete, template mode, or even scheduled. I can set, for instance, for Marta, in this case, is going to be on a scheduled start, and it will behave like we saw in the previous video. So let's have a look at the Sophie's interface. And as you can see, as soon as Sophie goes into the programs list, it will see now not only the active programs, which are already assigned by the coach on a starting date, the available programs. So you see the start program right there. So it's up to Sophie to start that program. I'm not going to do that. It's just for you to see what is the end user experience. The athlete can always see what are the workouts inside the program. You even see that the outline is a bit different than from inside, still with the color of the program. Okay, so this is a nice thing to have, and you have those two options: active programs or available programs or templates where the user can start the program whenever it feels ready. Let me just show you something else about programs. If we go and create a new program, I'm going to create a new program called Daily Program. In this case, let me just quickly type workouts to be performed at Apex Gym. Imagine that you have a program that you want to give to your athletes, but it is on a daily basis. So it is not structured per se. It's not to start on a certain date and to finish after 4 weeks or after 2 weeks. It's something that is going to be ongoing. So that's why we have the ongoing with no end date. And this is the only situation where the date of the workout is relevant, because the date of the workout is going to show up on the athlete's interface based on the date of the workout. Okay, so let me just give it this color here. And the daily program, let's just add a program there, add a workout, sorry. And I don't know, let's make it this one. Yes, and let's add another one. That's fine. And if you go inside, you will see the program itself does not have a specific date to start. Why? Because it is going to have the date of the workout. Okay. So again, this is for those workouts of the day that you might have at your gym to be done there every single day at a certain hour. So the athlete goes there and performs that workout. Okay, so it's a simple way to have. And by the way, if you assign it to athlete, look, because that program does not have a starting date, it is just to assign to the athlete and that's it. Okay, no starting date, no template. Why? Because it is an ongoing program. And that's it, just to show you how this ongoing program works as well. Okay, so we went through the 3 types of assignments for programs. You have the starting date, you have the template, and you have the ongoing program. Look at this scenario. It's Sunday evening, you've planned out the entire week for your athletes and you start to assign everything. But you don't want them to see Thursday workout on a Monday. You want them to be focused on one day at a time. And that's exactly where hide until due date comes very handy. So let me assign one more workout to Sophie to demonstrate that. So if I come here to the Active Recovery Yoga workout, I'm going to assign this one to Sophie, but you have the option, or let's make it, for instance, for April the 1st, but I will check this box, hide until workout date. And we are going to look at the Sophie's interface, that although the workout is assigned to Sophie to that day, it will not show up. And before I show you that, let me just also say that this is available for programs as well. When you are assigning a program to an athlete, you can also say hide until workout date. So only when the date comes, the workout will show up. So the program is established, but one workout at a time, so the user is not concerned to what is going to happen in the future. Okay, so that's what the benefit of using this approach. Let's just have a look at the Sophie's workout for you to see what that means. So we are at the Sophie's interface, and if we go to the week where April the 1st exists, look, nothing is there. The workout is not there. It will only show up on that day. So a nice feature to have for those athletes that you think that start to be concerned what is going to happen in the future, and you want them to be focused on one day at a time. It's a small feature, but it has a big impact on that athlete's experience. And that's it about this chapter. Lumo has built-in group messaging so you can communicate with your team without leaving the app. It's not trying to replace WhatsApp or whatever is the direct messaging app that you are using already. This is just designed to group communication within your coaching context. And messages are organized into channels, so if you go into that chat view, you see that you can send messages to the whole team, only the coaches, only the athletes, or you can send messages for members of each program. So you can, sometimes you have that need, you can communicate with everyone or only with specific members. But as you can see, there is no direct message available. Okay, so let's just briefly and easily send a message to the whole team. Again, I don't want you to see me typing. I already have a message here, so you can see how it works. Okay, I'm going to send that message. You see that the user can always delete the message or reply in thread, and that's exactly what we are going to do in Sophie's interface. So if I go into the chat on Sophie's interface, you see the message from the coach. Coaches will always have that amber orange color in the message, so the user, the athlete, knows exactly that a certain message comes from a coach. And in this case, Sophie is going to reply in thread. I'm just going to type that arrow, and let's quickly just type something here. Okay, and that's it. So the message is now going to be sent in thread of that message, and if we flip it back to the coach view, look at what we have, a message from Sophie Andrews. So something simple, nothing very fancy, but the goal is to keep communication in context right alongside your training. And that's it about the messaging. Next, we are going to take a full tour of the athlete's experience. Let's take then a proper tour of the athlete's experience. So we've seen glimpses on in earlier chapters, but now Sophie has workouts, programs, messages. You can see the whole picture. First, when the user logs into Lumo, it will see the home page. So the home page tries to answering the question, what should I do today? And at the top, you will see the list of workouts or the list of days for a certain week. If a workout is done, you will see the green color. If there is a workout available but not done, you will see the red color, and you always have the today's workout. So the athlete can always go there and start the workout from that location. We already saw the rendering of the workout is similar to what the coach sees, and I'm going to show you in just a second on how to log the workout. Also, you will always have the 3 next workouts in the calendar here in the home view. Talking about the calendar, the user can always go to the calendar. He can travel in time, whether it is the future or the past. And if, let's say, the athlete was going back a few weeks, if quickly wants to go to today, it just has that button that it can click and go directly to today's date. And every time that in a date a workout is planned, you will see those dots exactly explaining and showing what is the workout ready for a certain date. If you go to programs, we already covered programs with detail. You have the colors, you have the list of workouts. You can even start a workout from that date. Not recommended, but it's up to the athlete if it wants to do a workout earlier or after the due date of that workout. It can always do that. If you go to the chat, we already saw what the chat does. And if it goes to programs, or not to programs, sorry, to the profile link or view, it has those metric cards at the top. How many workouts were performed? What is the streak of workouts? This is on the motivational side of things. Some athletes, they like to have long streaks of workout and they are keen to maintain that. So this is just a visual representation of that streak. Then how much time workout spent working out here in Lumo. Then you have the heat map, again, for motivational purposes. Some athletes, they like to see everything green, and that's what's going to happen if they work out every single day. So for the workouts, for the days where they do a workout, it will show up green. If there is a workout planned and nothing was done, it will show out red. Okay, you have the recent activity, and if you keep scrolling, you have the possibility to install the app. I cannot do anything now. I can press as much as I want in the install app because it is already installed. I will just show a screenshot of what it means when you press that button, but this is basically if the athlete wants to get out of the browser and installs the application on the home screen. And if you press install, you will see instructions on how to perform that. But that is only available if it is not already installed on the home screen. Then you can switch the language. We talked about that. So the user can switch from English to Portuguese whenever they want. And this will not impact your own language on your own views. And the user can also enable push notifications, so it will receive messages when the chat message arrives or when a new workout is ready for the user. And also the same way like we have for coaches, the user when sees a message saying, oh, a new version of Lumo is available, it just comes here and refresh, checking for updates. Or even if it does not see the message, it doesn't hurt for time to time coming here and refresh to see the new Lumo versions. Let's go back to home again and let's start the workout. Okay, so I have the 2 days workout, and if I want to start the workout, first of all, I can scroll and see what do I need to do. And if I log the workout, this is what the athlete is going to see. We have this nice feature of the stopwatch, so the athlete can always count the time or the duration of the workout by using the stopwatch. But if for any reason it doesn't want to do that and prefers to use a smartwatch or whatever method to mark or to track how long it takes to do a certain workout, it can always come back here and type, so I spend 37 minutes doing a certain workout. Then you have the RPE, or rate of perceived exertion, and this is just a feeling on how hard it was or how simple it was to perform the workout. In this case, I'm just going to say 7 as an example, and if the athlete wants the coach to know something about the workout, or even for the athlete, for future purposes, if they want to go back in time and check how did they fell on a certain workout, they can set some notes here. So for instance, felt good, reduced load on the overhead, as I was feeling my shoulders more than expected. Okay, just some information, so the next time, whether it is the coach or the athlete can check that. So, save the log, and by doing that, first of all, you see up there that the workout has completed, and you see here in this week the green color, because on that day a workout was done. Up there you also see the streak number of days. As soon as you start to add workouts to your completion, the streak also shows up here, so the user does not have to go to the profile to check there. But look, the streak, the total time, number of workouts performed, and the heat map shows today as green. So a simple way for the athlete to have a complete view on how it performs when it comes to workouts at your gym. Nothing very complicated, and again, this is the goal of Lumo, to be as simple as possible. Every time an athlete logs a workout, the data flows into your analytics. So let's see what Sophie's session just gave us. If you go to your home view, you have the View Progress button. And you see at the top how many workouts were logged, what is the average RPE of all your athletes, and what is the average duration of all the workouts in your instance. And in this case, we only have feedback from Sophie, no other athlete. You can see under here the recent activity for the last 7 days. All the logs from all your athletes, what was the RPE, the duration, and also the notes for the athlete. Or, if you want, you go inside an athlete and you'll see all the logs and all the comments for every single workout. Again, as simple as stuff, no complicated metrics, no graphs, none of that. The goal is just for you to be on top of your game when it comes on how the user felt performing a certain workout. So that's why you should check your feedback at least once a week. So you might want to look for athletes reporting RPEs above 8, which means that maybe they are reaching overtraining, or if they are reporting RPEs less than 4 or 5, it means that probably they need to be a bit more challenged. And yeah, this is how you transform your athletes' logs into coaching intelligence. And the more they log, you should convince them to log as much as possible, the more you know, and the more clearer the picture becomes. And we are almost done. Let's just talk about plans and billing. Let's quickly cover Lumo's plans and how billing works. Lumo has 2 paid plans, Starter and Plus, and both include unlimited athletes. The difference is the feature access. So Starter gives you workouts, templates, CSV import, the exercise library, workout logging, analytics, and custom branding. So everything that you need for solid coaching. Plus adds 3 extra features: programs, chat, and the AI workout generation. So if you prefer to work with structural training plans, or if you want built-in messaging, Plus is the way to go. and pricing is very straightforward. So starter is 25 euros per month or 250 euros per year, which saves you 50 euros. Plus is 30 euros per month or 300 euros per year, which saves you 60 euros per year. Every new account starts with a 14-day free trial that it includes all Plus features. So no credit card required, no automatic charges when it ends, and you get 2 weeks to try everything. If you want to change your plan, you just go to Settings, and under here, Subscription, you can manage your plan. So you can downgrade, for instance, in this case, I'm in the Lumo Plus, but for any reason, if you want to downgrade, you can do that by pressing the button. Now that we are and by the way, you also have you can change from monthly to annual, okay? We are running Founders launch because we are now launching the app. And if you are among the first 10 coaches to subscribe, you get the Founding Coach offer. So what that is the same features of Plus with the Lumo pricing, but for life. So even if in the future we change the price of the plans, you will always have the same price. Not only that, the price will keep the same for life. You will have access to us, priority access to us, direct access to us if you want to ask for features or priority support. And also a nice touch, you will have on your instance the logo of the Lumo founders. So it's a bit more gold, if you want, as you are part of the founders. We only have 8 spots left, so 2 spots are already applied for. And that's it. That's how you manage your plan. So no hidden fees, no surprises, and you can cancel at any time as well. Finally, the final chapter, and what I want to show you is just the final one with some tips and tricks and some FAQs. Before we wrap up, let me share some tips and answer some common questions. Tip number 1, batch your workout creation. So sit down on a Sunday or whatever day, build all the workouts for the week, assign them with the hide until due date enabled, and you are done. So your athletes only see what's relevant each day, and you are freed up for the rest of the week for actual coaching. Tip number 2, if you run a session every Monday that follows the same structure, save it as a template. Then each week, create a new workout from that template, tweak the specifics, and you are done in seconds instead of minutes. Tip number 3, don't feel like you have to use the builder mode for everything. Text mode is faster and simpler, for instance, for warm-ups and cooldowns. Then you use the builder for the main section, which is a bit more structured, and then you can mix them in the same workout as we just saw. Tip number 4, make it a habit to check the feedback analytics at least once per week. So look at the RP trends, read the athlete comments, and catch anyone where the completion rate is dropping. So it's the easiest way to stay on top of your athlete's progress. Tip number 5, choose meaningful colors for your programs. So when an athlete has workouts for multiple programs on their calendar, the color-coded tags make it instantly clear which plan each workout should belong to. And now for some common questions. Do athletes need to download an app? Nope. Lumo is a progressive web app. It works in any browser. Athletes just open the link, and also, if they want, they can install it on their home screen for a native feel. Optional, but I would say recommended. Can I use Lumo on a computer? Yes. Lumo is responsive. It works on phones, tablets, laptops, desktops. Any screen can work with Lumo. Can athletes see each other's workouts? No, each athlete only sees workouts assigned to them. And also each tenant is completely separated, so there is no risk of one coach to see something from a different gym. What happens when my trial ends? Then you choose whether to upgrade or not. There are no automatic charges, your data is preserved, and you can subscribe whenever you are ready, the day after or in 2 months' time. Can I have multiple coaches? Yes, you invite the coaches with an invite link and they get full access to your athletes, workouts, programs and chats. You can have as many coaches as you want. What is RPE? So RPE stands for Rate of Perceived Exertion, and it has a scale from 1 to 10. So where athletes can rate how hard the workout felt. 1 for very, very, very easy, 10 for unbelievably hard workout. So that's how you can rate. And the nice thing about RPE is that it's based on how the athletes felt. Okay, that's the main thing about RPE. It's easy and very powerful. And that's it, the complete Lumo tutorial for setting up your brand, creating workouts, building programs, assign them to athletes, tracking their progress, everything you need to run your coaching business from one place. If this video helped you, give it a like, subscribe for more, and if you have any questions, drop them in the comments or reach out to Lumo support at support@vanguardai.pt. See you next time. Thank you very much.